Hey, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kwakadash, Yahweh, who the world inwardly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world inwardly calls Jesus. I want to give it the honors to the apostles of great meals, to one who has taught me this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth and rich like to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord, when the video's edifying, Lord, when I can get something from this video. Quick video through the Spirit, man. I'm going to grab a couple of precepts here and Joel, the second chapter. Again, Lord, when it's edifying to you, Akim, and you sisters that may watch the video. We're going to start at verse 1, and again, we're going to grab whatever precepts come to mind. It's going to be a quick hit, man, right to the point. Again, Lord willing, is edifying to you, Akim. This is a Joel 2:1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in the holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And the day that's coming is not a day that is pleasant for the world, but it's pleasant for the elect in 1/3. Right, because the elect in 1/3 will receive salvation in the times to come, thus say the scriptures. Okay. You have the world, though, that's getting ready to be judged for the wickedness that they commit. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's go. Just slip my mind. Hold on. For the day. Right here. Yep. Let's go here to Jeremiah 30:7. Right, because scriptures talk about a day that's not like before, that hasn't been. Right, this is Jeremiah 30:5. It says, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Okay, so we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Right, the day that's going to come, which is Judgment Day, right, for the world, is a day of like, you got people that's receive judgment, but I'm saying like as a masses, for because scriptures talk about the said perils, which is judgment for the world. You know what I'm saying? So the things that come are not pleasant. The things that come are not of peace. Yes, of peace to the elect in 1/3 and who the Lord have mercy on, but it's not going to be peaceful to the world and those who chose the world over the Lord, because you got men and women who have heard this truth, just like we heard the truth. The difference is that we're working on ourselves and teaching and preaching the word while these people are still doing whatever they're doing in the world, right? That's not of the truth, okay? It says, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness, right? Because the times to come, the mighty men should be like women. They're going to be scared. There's going to be things that scriptures talk about, new created beast, right? I was with the bros earlier, and bros are showing me pictures of these new military guns. They're called drone killers, right? These motherfuckers look like you got to lay down and shoot them. They look like Halo. I don't know if bros are familiar with the game Halo, right? But back when I was coming up in grade school and in high school, it was a game called Halo. That was big, and Call of Duty was big. I was never really into them, but people I used to hang out with was, right? And you will see these big ass, like futuristic ass guns, but now you're starting to see it now, right? And they walking around with them and all this shit. So, and that's just what Esau show you. You know what I'm saying? Remember, his blessing is the sword and the fatness of the earth. And the sword, he'll live by it. He's gonna live by it. So those things that he gonna bust out, that's gonna be mind blowing. So you got that, right? You got newly created beasts. You got drone surveillance, right? I think in Beverly Hills, California, if I'm not mistaken, that's how they surveillance the land in Beverly Hills, through drones, right? So, they have that, right? You guys just saw a video with Kill Gates, right? Trying to put things in the air to block out the sun. And, they're trying to really replace the Most High. And in their head, they're prideful enough to think that they can, right? Being that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. But who gave you the rulership right now? The Lord did. Okay? Who can take it back? The Lord can. Who will take it back? The Lord will, and give it to the people who he has chosen. When you can read that in Isaiah 14:1 and 2. In Isaiah 60, you can start on 1 going down. You go to verse 10 going down. Right? It's Jeremiah 30:6. It says, actually now, you see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So it's even the time of Jacob's trouble, right? Which the Lord is going to deliver a remnant of Jacob out of it. Okay. I mentioned this, so let's grab it. It's Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land." Now, as a whole, yes, Israel will be right as a whole in the kingdom, but right now it's only a remnant that the Lord is going to deliver. Going to deliver. It's those that's not going to make it to the promise. 2/3 of Israel. The scriptures talk about 2/3 of Israel not making it, but 1/3 will. Okay, and the elect is a part of that 1/3. Okay, that's going to make it. Okay, Lord willing, I'm one of those men, and Lord willing. I say that humbly, Lord willing. Okay, it says, "And a stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and those who have in the house of Israel, so like it shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids." So these other nations were going to possess for servants and handmaids. It says, "And they shall take them captives," who captives they were. See, "and they shall rule over their oppressors." All the nations are confederate against Jacob. All the nations were in cahoots to keep Jacob oppressed, from Judah all the way down to Issachar. Okay, let's go back here. It's Joel 2 and 2. It said, and again, blowing this. These small sanctuaries are blowing the trumpet. Okay, scriptures talk, when you go to Proverbs, the first chapter, it says, "Wisdom cry without, she uttereth her voice in a chief place of concourse." Okay, your major cities is where bros is at. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Bros will go to it. I'm not, but bros will go to it. It's in Proverbs, the first chapter. But you know, the small sanctuaries are set up throughout the four corners of the earth, the four winds of the earth, right? Bros are teaching and preaching the truth, which is a warning and prophecy only for Israel. Okay, it says in the Israelite foreigners, right, which are Israelites that look like the other nations. Okay, it says, "A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." So that day it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be a day. So you got to think, how bad is it gonna be? Is that day gonna be? How bad is the time gonna be? Right. The only thing that could deliver us from that and our households from that is the Lord. That's it. Okay, that's it. Okay, and that's what's getting ready to come. And the ultimate. So after the said perils, like famine of bread, famine of the word, famine of the bread, right? Earthquakes, all kind of so-called mother nature, natural disasters, right? Martial law, these riots, race wars, confusion among the people, you know, all these attacks, you know, when Esau bring his military into the cities and do what he gonna do, concentration camp, all this shit, right? All these things to come. Right after that, then the ultimate judgment is those thermonuclear missiles, which are going to obliterate this place. Scriptures talk about 200,000. That's 200 million missiles that's prophesied to be shot down upon this place and destroyed. That's in the scriptures. Okay, so ain't no escaping that. The scripture, you got missiles that reach over here in 30 minutes. This place is prophesied to be destroyed in 1 hour. So the only way, you can't even get out your city for real. If you're in a major city, you can't even get out your city within an hour time frame. So the only place to go is up. And that's why the scripture said we should meet the Lord in the air, right? A chariot, man. You know, the elected will be beamed up. The only place, so it makes sense. Okay, if this place is going to be destroyed in an hour and its people prophesied to be saved, where they're going to be delivered to? You just got to go up before the 6th and the 7th trump. Okay, and that's what we look forward to. Okay, that's what we look forward to, because what? Scriptures say that this mortal shall put on immortality, will be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Lord willing, I'm one of those men, man. Okay, so with that, man, Lord, videos edifying, only I can got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kwakadash. I want to tell you, brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.